Please listen carefully.
Hello, universe. Welcome to the Optimus Daily Update. I'm Summers McKay.
And I'm Christy Jansen, and we are part of the team behind the Optimus Daily, making solutions the news. We bring you reader-funded solutions news every day in order to change the tenor of news media, social media, and the direction of your day to help us all get focused on all the opportunities, all of the cool stuff, the cool ideas in the world.
7 days a week, we find those positive, cool opportunities and good stuff and publish positive news stories about them, written by award-winning journalists from all over the world, and deliver them online to your inbox and through all our social channels. And also, we share these solutions in this commute-worthy, walk-worthy, home office-worthy, walk your dog, get a prescription in nature-worthy, maybe we can remap our brains-worthy podcast. Today is Thursday, the 10th of February, 2022. Happy Thursday, Christy. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm well. I've had a little bit of a sniffle the last couple of days, so hopefully it's not COVID. I did take a test when I was negative, so I don't know, though.
Wait a minute, but the outside box of the test tell you that if you get a negative, just keep testing.
I know. So I'm going to keep testing, and I know that other people I know just found out they had COVID. Or it seems like everybody's finding out they have COVID, even when they think they generally feel fine. They have a little sniffle.
Yeah.
So maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know.
I don't know. So actually, it's funny. Last night, my daughter, she's going through a growth spurt. And if you remember when she was really little, she would have these sleep regressions that would be really challenging. And she had them relatively regularly because she was growing. So she had them kind of every 2 months. But last night, we actually had one again where she just couldn't get comfortable and her body hurt. And then she wanted a snack, and it was clearly growing pains. And at about 2:30 in the morning, I'm sitting on the couch feeding her a snack, kind of sleeping on her head as she's eating her Cheerios. And I'm realizing that I can't really smell her Cheerios.
Uh-oh.
And I had this moment of like, I can't smell it. And I was like, I wanted to eat one of the Cheerios to see if I could taste it. But now I'm like being very regimented about when I eat. And so I had to wait until, anyway, it was just very funny. I had this moment of like, did I lose taste and smell? I mean, I feel fine otherwise, but no, I did not lose taste and smell. But it is that perpetual assumption that COVID is knocking on the door. And it's exhausting.
It is exhausting, and I'm just exhausted about the whole moment.
Yeah, I know. But okay, so we've talked about this before. Really good things have actually come out of COVID in the sense that medtech and medical advancing has just gone leaps and bounds. And this week on the Optimus Daily, for better or worse, Christy and I have just been really, really focused on health, tech, and improving, human experience. And so that's why we picked the stories that we've picked today. I'm going to jump into mine because I have a meeting with our finance team in 10 minutes. So,
okay, let's go ahead and do the news.
Exactly. My headline reads, Genetically atlasing the human brain helps understand its shape. Everybody knows I love my brain. I love all brains. Having suffered a brain injury, I think the brain is incredible because when it remaps itself, it's amazing. Well, it turns out this wonderfully complex supercomputer is as unique to every individual as the way we look. Everybody has a different brain shape. Therefore, science still has a long way to fully understand its mysterious ways. A genetic study published in Science has brought us one step closer to figuring out what's going on in regards to how the brain is actually shaped. Carolina Makowski from the San Diego School of Medicine is quoted as saying, "The complexity of the human brain has equally eluded and fascinated scientists and podcasters for centuries." A large part of how our brain is shaped boils down to what is entwined in our DNA. Think about that, Christy. Our eye color and our brain shape are all in a DNA
Well, it makes
level.
perfect sense to me if you think about it, because each of us have a different face, a different body, a different...
Yeah, exactly.
Every cell is a little bit unique, right?
A little bit unique. And we wouldn't think about it. When you think about somebody, you automatically assume that they're going to look different in some ways, but you don't even think about that on the inside, they're different too. So MRI scans and a genome-wide association studies, which is called GWAS, of 39,898 adults and 9,136 children have helped us get an idea of which genes are involved in deciding brain shape. Using these techniques allowed for the discovery of hundreds of significant genes that influence architecture. One more quote said by Chi-Hua Chen, who led the study. Intriguingly, many of the genes that these loci map to are also associated with neurodevelopmental disorders such as autism, epilepsy, and intellectual disability and dementia. Basically, what this gives us the opportunity to expand into, Christy, is to help treat some of those neurological disorders that may exist, diseases and brain diseases. And then it also gives us the opportunity to really understand what neurodiversity is and perhaps not try to always correct it, but instead find better tools for aligning in the world. Anyway, Christy, you know I love brain stories. I love the idea of mapping the brain and learning about the brain. This story got me going, thinking about my own brain. What got you going
Well,
today?
speaking of brains and ways to keep them strong, exercise is one of those ways, right? It's very closely linked.
Well, and yesterday we had that article about, is our choice not to go to the gym valid?
Right.
But then we also know we need to go exercise. We
Yeah,
have to go out to
exactly.
parks.
And it's still early in the year, and some of us may have the resolution to move more. So this headline got me, and I just had to dig into it because I was kind of hopeful. The headline reads, "Don't have time to exercise," which I feel like I don't. "Apparently 3 seconds is all you need." And I was like, what? 3 seconds?
Three.
So
If
you find yourself thinking that if only you had more time, you would work out more, like I do, there's a new study that may call your bluff there. Because scientists at Australia's Edith Cowan University and Japan's Nagita University of Health and Welfare have completed a study they've just recently published that shows that all you need to see significant strength improvements is 3 seconds a day. Yep, that's right. Lifting a dumbbell just once or twice a day can be enough to improve the strength and the flexibility, especially when it comes to combating the effects of aging. And this is just they tested one single muscle, which was the bicep.
Okay.
They were able to demonstrate that just doing a couple of lifts every day for a period of 4 weeks made significant improvements in the muscle strength compared to those who did not exercise over the same period.
Okay, so this actually is reminding me of like mom guns, right? Mom arms.
Okay.
Because when you first have a child, you don't have time to exercise, but you are lifting that baby up.
You're lifting your baby all the time. And all the other stuff. All
Exactly.
the diaper bags and the car
Yeah.
seats and the stroller and...
Yeah. So, all right, I am buying in. At first I was skeptical, but I am buying
Okay.
in.
So the study involved 52 healthy university students, 39 of whom were made to perform a bicep curl at maximum effort for 3 seconds a day, 5 days a week, over a period of 4 weeks. And then the other 13 students were the control, where they did no exercise.
I always wonder in the studies, like the people who are the control group, you feel so bad for them.
Yeah, so they had to sit on a sofa. They were playing video games that whole time.
Anyway.
But of the 39 were then divided into 3 different groups. So each group did a different type of bicep curl. One that focused on a concentric curl where the dumbbell is raised toward the shoulder, an eccentric curl where it's slowly lowered back down, or an isometric curl where the arm is held out at a 90-degree angle. It turns out that there was a distinct advantage to doing any kind of curl, but the most effective one, the most efficient one, was the eccentric curl where you're lowering the weight. But all of them demonstrated significant improvements in concentric strength, isometric strength, and in eccentric strength.
I'm sitting here doing bicep curls.
I know, really. But you have to use the heaviest dumbbell you can lift and just do it, once or twice a day. And they enjoyed an 11.5% boost in the overall muscle strength for those who did this exercise. This is just one muscle, and they haven't tested other muscle groups, but they're going to be doing that. One of the lead researchers, Professor Ken Nosaka from Edith Cowan University, explained that they haven't investigated the other muscles yet, but if we find that the 3-second rule also applies to other muscle groups, then you might be able to do a whole body exercise in less than 30 seconds. I just love that idea.
You know what? Think about it. 30 seconds of downward dog makes all the difference.
It does. Well, my 5-minute yoga practice is now making me feel like I'm doing a lot.
Exactly. All right, guys, I'm going to go fast on this because I am about at the time to get to my meeting. Scientists create ultra-thin material that's 2 times stronger than steel. This everlasting bubble could inspire future medicines. 7 steps for having your most productive workday. Scotland plants over 1 million trees to help wild salmon.
And we've got 3 unconventional foods that will give your body a functional boost. some Valentine's Day gifts to tell your partner and the planet that you love them, new COVID tests which gives results comparable to PCR tests in only 5 minutes, and a submarine will explore the underside of Greenland's glaciers in a first. That and more on theoptimistdaily.com. That's it for today's Optimist Daily Update. Thanks everybody for listening. We promise to keep sharing solution-based, positive stories with ideas on how you can participate in the changing world to help ensure it's changed for the good. And if you haven't already done so, please consider becoming an emissary on theoptimistdaily.com. For starting at just $5 a month, you can help support reader-funded, independent journalism. That is our jam. Be part of that solution-changing consciousness that addresses our world's biggest challenges with a problem-solving mindset. Summers, what else?
Keep the Optimist Daily free to all who need it, supported by those who can. Peace out. Go do a bicep curl. See you tomorrow. We'll be back with more solutions.